and because he doesn't play defense, I still consider Luka a superstar. Where would you rank him? He's still probably in that top 5, top 10-ish range.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with Luka this season, he's got to improve his defense. It doesn't have to be significant. He doesn't have to be an elite defender, but you got to be effective somewhat on the defensive side of the court to match your offensive talent. And Dallas, I think it's more of an organizational standpoint because of all those trades that you gave up. You gave up Dorian Finney-Smith. You gave up a lot of other players. You got Kyrie, a great offensive talent, with Luka, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, it didn't work out. And at one point, weren't the Mavericks like the 4th seed in the West?
I think
Yeah, they were.
Also, that logic of him saying, "Oh, he's not a superstar because he made the playoffs," makes no sense. Because then, one thing that you can use as a counter argument to that claim is, "Oh, so you're saying that if you're saying that, then you're telling me that in 2018, LeBron was not a superstar when he missed the playoffs his first year with the Lakers."
Or Steph in 2020, 2021, because they made the play-in tournament, but they didn't make the playoffs. Exactly. They lost to the Grizzlies, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, or Trae Young when they had to force themselves into the play-in.
Yeah, man. But hey, bro.
But I like Dub. Only thing I disagree with him, he still thinks James Harden is still a superstar. I think he's a star, but he's not the player he once was in Houston. He looks at it from off the court in terms of revenue, market, what you're able to do off the court. I think it has to be on the court as well in terms of production. James Harden can still give you 20 and 10, but you're not asking him to do an awful lot in Philadelphia compared to what he was in Houston. Joel Embiid is clearly their number one option.
Yep.
That's facts. That's definitely facts, man. Welcome to the Throwdown, y'all. Episode 71. I'm your host, Ben Brandon from the block, wherever you want to call me, man. Here with another episode. How y'all boys doing today, man?
Chilling. Having some good Serrano.
Yes, sir. What's good there? What's up?
I was about to have a heart attack, but other than that, it was fine.
But yeah, man. Let's get started, man. Let's talk some hoops. The 76ers beat the Boston Celtics 116 to 115. Jayson Tatum had a horrible night, really. Shot horrible from the field.
First half.
He was like 1 of 9 in the first half.
Yeah. So like the way that like it wasn't his best night, but when you look at it specifically, it's mainly the first half where he was like 0 for 8 from the field. And
he played better the second half
there.
But he did get away with a push on Maxey.
Yeah. That was a blatant offensive foul, but we won the game, so I can't really sit here and bitch about it if we're being honest.
But had you lost though?
Oh, 100%. I'd be in here cursing up a storm, bitching about that.
Right.
Because that was a blatant offensive foul.
But James Harden looked like the James Harden in game 1. Yeah. And that's what's so frustrating. And I've said this in my video earlier. It's kind of like with AD. I'm not saying every night James Harden is going to give you spectacular performances, but I expect you to be better than what you were in game 2, game 3. Game 3, he had to step up. Game 4, he had to step up because he let a lot of Philly fans down, especially Embiid, because in game 3, that was the night in which Adam Silver gave the MVP, and rightfully so, to Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid was very emotional. He even had his son there. He was even in tears and stuff. And Embiid, even under the circumstances with the knee injury, gave you 30 and 13. And James Harden in that game was 3 of 14. So, considering all the criticism that he received in games 2 and game 3, he had no choice but to ball.
Yeah,
and he did.
I think James Harden stepped up big time because Philly fans, bro, you a Philly fan, y'all was killing him, like killing this man. And for him to step up, make that big shot to 40, I think a 40-point game. It was a great game because this is a must-win because, like, if they go down 3-1 against Celtics, the series pretty much over. And it's a great game. And they put the pressure back on Boston because Boston had opportunities to probably win at the end, but they didn't capitalize. Philly showing a lot of maturity. great defensive game plan to play good defense, great effort, and this team showed championship resilience, and we haven't seen this from Philly in a while because like 2 years ago we didn't see this. They're not giving up leads; they're fighting back and put a lot of pressure on the Celtics. And in my opinion, the winner of this series is going to the finals. Like that's just in my opinion. I'm not move on Miami or the Knicks. I just think whoever wins this series will go to the finals and I think it's a big legacy move for James Harden because James Harden wants this ring and he wants to win, and he's showing it.
I think Philly, they're going to have to make a serious decision about what they're going to do with Harden because after this series, it would be no surprise he heads back to Houston. No state
I don't know if he's leaving. Like, I really don't know what's on his
trust
mind.
me, with the no state income taxes and the strip clubs in Houston, he wouldn't pass that up.
I don't know. Honestly, to be honest, I don't know I'm not surprised. I don't know what's on James Harden's mind. He could do anything. It's like I feel like, especially if they win, I don't know. It's just he's a wild card to me. But Embiid,
now, if you win, you win. I feel you, Dev. If you win, especially in a city like Philadelphia, you're not just loved, you're revered. Like Nick Foles, even though when he won a Super Bowl. I guarantee you right now, if he went to a bar in Philadelphia, somebody's going to pay for his drink or his meal or whatever.
They gave that man a shrine immediately after the Super Bowl.
And Brock Sports know I'm telling the truth.
Yeah. But just it was a game where it really should have never gotten close. Because when you look at the first three quarters, the Sixers had dominated the game from start to finish. And then in that fourth quarter, they just got gassed. They got tired. Boston found a right step.
Yeah, Tatum started hooping.
I think the biggest turnaround, though, in that game had to be when P.J. Tucker went over to Joel Embiid and chewed him out. Because
after that putback and won.
We had not seen a guy with that much heart in a long time in Philly. We need a guy... Which Jimmy Butler, he did it too.
Yeah.
You need a guy who's going to get in your face, who's going to call you out when you do some bullshit in order to succeed. And I'm not even just talking about the Sixers. I'm talking about in life. In life, you want someone to be up in your face, call you out on your bullshit in order to succeed. And that's what this team needed. Like, yes, PJ Tucker, his numbers aren't great, but then when you see his attitude and how
he's bigger than box score.
Everything, that's
he's made for Philly. He's really made for Philly because of the energy. And I love the fact that he was getting on Embiid because Embiid was getting blocked by Al Horford. And then PJ Tucker, that was the I thought that was kind of the turning point in that game when he had the rebound, the putback, the and one. It gave a lot of confidence. Joe Mazzulla, on the other hand, with the Boston Celtics, he made a bad mistake. After that Harden 3, you had like, I don't know how many seconds, 16, 17 seconds left.
He trusted his team. He should have called a timeout. I understand.
I was going to say that. He should have called a timeout so that he could have enough time to draw up a play.
I agree. But the bad thing is, it's not that, he had one timeout. He had two timeouts. He had two timeouts left in overtime, and he also had two timeouts left in regulation. So he did the same shit twice.
And also, here's the thing. I would have
with Marcus Smart, where the first one bricks it wide open. Second one, it's called clock management. Marcus Smart was an idiot. Wasted about 7 seconds. Gets it to Jayson Tatum. Sits there for 5 seconds. Decides to drive. Kicks it to Smart, and then it's too late. Even though he drained it.
Yeah, still it's like, if I see my star player, if he get fumbled, he's getting fumbled like that, I'm calling a timeout. So I'm like the first, before the overtime, when Jayson Tatum got double, I'm calling that timeout so I can hey, let's get a play in, and then waste too many time on the clock. I understand you want to get a buzzer beater or not take as much time as off, but sometimes you got to go for it and just play good defense. Like the shots there, or if I would have been fine if they made a shot or a layup. And there's still 7 or 5 seconds left on the clock, and you just play good defense at the end. Then and plus you have another timeout. So if they do score, you still have an opportunity to win the game. So everything Bron said is right, because if you have 2 timeouts, you have an opportunity. You can fare with scoring quickly. I mean, versus like if you had no timeouts, then that makes sense. But you had 2 timeouts, so Bron is 100% right.
Well, especially also because the Sixers are already one. So let's say that you go drive to the basket, miss the shot, Sixers rebound it, you foul. Let's say Embiid goes to the line, he makes both free throws. Now the Sixers are up by 3. Now you can call a timeout and draw up a play to hit the 3 to force a double overtime.
Yeah. Yo, T, what's up, bro?
What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We just out here talking about the Boston Celtics, man. Lost to Philly. Oh, and everybody in this panel, who is Jayson Tatum really a superstar?
He's friends. Like honestly, me and PSP was
more
on
of a star. I think he's more of a star.
Me and PSP was on J-Rob show before this. He was talking about superstar and this. Like, in my opinion, I think he is. Like, he's close to it, but I feel like him and Luka are friend superstars because like they have flaws in their game and like in the marketability. So like Tatum is there. He's still a really great player. I feel like the championship will solidify him. But I feel like this year as a whole, like last year he was closer to a superstar than this year. Because last year he was more consistent. He was playing elite defense. This year he gotten better, but sometimes he has like, even though he played better in the second half, but you just gotta start off hot in general. Like that's the thing about Tatum. He's still really good, but I feel like I don't think he's inconsistent on his own. I feel like he needs to let the game come to himself because he be trying to let others get involved. Because that Celtics team is so stacked, he be trying to let others get involved instead of him initiating the offense. Like, you know what I mean? So that's the thing about Tatum. He's a victim of great teams in a way. It's not a bad thing, but like they have such a stacked team. It's like he kind of feel like I don't have to initiate versus like the year when they were 7th seed against Brooklyn when they lost to Brooklyn. He was on one. He was scoring 50 points. Like I've seen it, but whenever he has like Tatum, I feel like he's just very passive. He's not a very aggressive guy. Like he's passive when he, you know what I mean.
I think Luka's more of a superstar because we've seen Luka able to do more with less. We've seen Luka have outstanding performances come postseason time, and how it matches up in the regular season. J-Rob doesn't think Luka is a superstar because of the fact that he missed the playoffs this season. Some of them don't think he's a superstar because the lack of defense. And we know that Luka will never be considered an elite defender or even an okay defender. I think if Luka could be an okay defender with the offensive baggage that he has, like I don't know where y'all would rank Luka. I think he's top 5-ish, top 5, top 10 in the NBA. I still think
number 6.
I think Dallas needs to surround him with better defensive talent. They made a mistake by letting go of Dorian Finney-Smith. I understand they wanted Kyrie to get a player that is great offensively, and we all know how great Kyrie is offensively. But I think it was a bad mistake on Cuban's part because you let go of defensive players, and then of course Jalen Brunson being gone, and we seeing what he's doing with the New York Knicks. But I think with Jayson Tatum, he's more of a star than the superstar. My problem with him is I think he sells too many for the threes. He needs to just continue doing what he's doing with the mid-range. His mid-range is his bread and butter, as well as attacking the basket because, of course, he's 6'8" and stuff. But I think with the Celtics-Sixers series, I still have the Celtics winning the series because Game 5, you're on the road to Boston. The fan base is going to be there. Okay, Harden, what are you going to show us? And other than Harden and Embiid, who's going to step up? Tobias Harris has to play better.
Yeah, definitely.
Maxey has to step up. And who else coming off the bench is going to contribute for Philadelphia?
I have a quick question for you guys before y'all go. So like, it's kind of weird. I'm sorry.
Did we lose him?
Yeah. No, he muted.
Yeah.
But yeah, T is Jayson Tatum a superstar?
Oh, okay. No, I was saying that with Tatum, it's like a couple years ago, his mid range was the problem. He's taking too many mid range. Now he's taking too many threes. Do you think it's Mazzulla's coaching? Because the Celtics in general kind of like settling for threes this
I
year.
think it's just analytics, man. I mean, a lot of people nowadays just they live and they die by the three more than ever. And I'm like, look, just go by to what you do best.
Yeah. Now everybody's Curry.
CP, Devin Booker. I mean, I love Devin Booker. He's been playing phenomenal in the playoffs. I love when he attacks the basket and with that mid-range game. And now you're seeing Devin Booker with the defense as well. Like, he's been playing much better defense compared to in the past. I would say he's the second best player in the playoffs behind Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
But you made me think of something with Harden, how you were talking about with Game 5, because I was listening to Shaq yesterday. And Shaq honestly was kind of spot on how he was saying with Game 2 and Game 3 with Harden, he was very hesitant, and that's when he forces a lot of turnovers compared to Game 1 and Game 4, where he's very aggressive, he's driving to the hole, he's going to score a ton of points. Obviously, his main goal is to feed Embiid, just like how Shaq said when he played with dynamic guards most of his career, like Penny Hardaway, Kobe, D Wade. He said, like, I'll get mine, but you also got to get yours. So that's what he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Shaq doesn't mind deferring. Shaq doesn't mind deferring. He said that about D Wade, particularly that 06 finals. Like, Shaq knew he could still give you solid production, but at the same time, he also understands what type of a player who you are and what you're capable of. And he didn't mind deferring to D Wade in that 06 finals. And D Wade went off in that 06 finals. So I think with James Harden, man, all he just needs to do, still give me my assists, which he's capable of, because other than scoring, he's great as a passer and as a playmaker.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just got to be more effective. He can't have too many lackluster performances, a 3 of 14 from the field and other performances like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want him to have another episode where he chokes in the playoffs, because unfortunately that's been the narrative with James Harden. Too many times he's come up short in the playoffs. This might be the 76ers' best chance to get past the conference semis and eventually get to the conference finals. This may be their best chance since, I believe, 2021, because they should have won that series over Atlanta. The reason why they lost was primarily because of the collapse of Ben Simmons, which is why they had no problem trading him for James Harden.
And I can tell you, 2019, the main reason why we lost that series to the Raptors.
But I felt like, but bro, I felt. Go ahead.
They blew Game 4.
But I felt like the reason why Philly had a better chance in the 2021 conference semis than Toronto, there's no shame losing to Kawhi Leonard, and they had a higher seed than the Philadelphia 76ers. There is shame, however, losing to the Atlanta Hawks with Trae Young, and there also is shame when your second best player becomes unplayable, because Doc Rivers, he defended Ben Simmons remember when he said it himself, you don't know basketball if you think I'm gonna take Ben Simmons out the ball game. Yeah, we want you to, if he continues to shoot horribly from the free throw line and missing shots. And the play that Joel Embiid talked about in that game, in Game 7, when he passed up the basket and it was Trae Young in his way to Matisse Thybulle. That was it right there. That was the turning point of the game. That changed the entire momentum of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Thybulle, like, listen, I love Matisse Thybulle, but the thing is, I think him not being on the Sixers has also benefited them in this series, because yes, he is a great defensive player, but offensive production is really unknown with Thybulle.
Not even close. Nowhere near.
And he's also kind of a liability on the court, because yes, he likes to play lockdown defense, but he also, like, his fouls, stupid fouls especially, are just astronomical.
Yeah. Hey, T, is Jayson Tatum a superstar to you?
Borderline.
Okay.
Borderline superstar. He showed me he can be, but he still needs. It's a long way to go.
I'm ready to push this Tatum narrative if the Celtics win, though.
For what? About what?
He said if he wins a championship, then he's gonna put him there. I think, and J-Rob brought this up, and I don't know how y'all feel about this. He actually thinks that Jaylen Brown is better than Jayson Tatum.
No.
Who said that?
J-Rob. He likes Jaylen Brown over Jayson Tatum. Something because of that dog mentality.
That dog mentality, yet he didn't shoot a single field goal attempt in overtime.
Now, correct me. Now, that's something that you're going to have to talk to J-Rob himself. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. I got text.
Yeah.
That's
he's got that dog mentality, yet in game 4, he did not shoot a single field goal attempt in overtime. And then in game 1, only shot, 4 baskets in the entire second half and only hit one of them?
Yeah.
Is it because of him, or is it because the way he's utilized in Boston? Because I've heard he's disgruntled to the point where he could actually leave and go somewhere else.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I'm hearing that he may go to Houston.
So before the Sixers traded for James Harden, I remember the biggest candidate that everybody was talking about that the Sixers were going to get for Ben Simmons was Jaylen Brown.
He like that though.
See,
about James Harden though, if that was Allen Iverson, we don't have to worry about this. This was Allen Iverson, who's better than James Harden. We don't have to worry about this.
Not according to Lowe and Mars.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
and I like Lowe and Mars a lot.
That's
but
why
the
he tried to
problem I
put me
have
out.
with Mars and Lowe, they bring up the inefficiency with Iverson, particularly that 0-1 year. But let's put into perspective. Philly was a great defensive team. No one will argue or dispute that. But offensively, what were they? Allen Iverson, I'm sorry, had to take those shots. He had to take those risks because who could actually create their own buckets and on top of that shoot that well? Come on, Aaron McKee, Eric Snow. Come on now.
Yeah. They don't want to talk
about Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about that though.
But again, and that's the thing. Look, I understand from if you want to say Harden is better than Iverson because he's a better passer, better playmaker, better shooter. You think he's a better scorer than him? That's fine. Okay, I can live with that. And they'll look at and say, since that finals, what has Allen Iverson done? Okay, hasn't won an MVP. He hasn't gotten that far in his career. I think he lost in the conference semis in 2003. I don't know which team did he lose to. But at the same time, had Allen Iverson, and I tried to make the argument, if Allen Iverson had comparable offensive talent to what James Harden had in Houston, can they go farther? Maybe. Now, you would still ask Allen Iverson to do much of a load offensively, but not like what he did in Philadelphia. He would have to rely on other shooters like Eric Gordon, guys like that, Ryan Anderson, other players. I think they would have a better chance, in my opinion, because of the intangibles that Iverson possessed, that dog mentality. Maybe that's just me.
Okay. We got the Suns. They beat the Nuggets last night, 129 to 124.
And Jokic is not suspended.
Oh yeah, they say he won't. He ain't gonna be suspended.
No, he's not suspended, but he will be fined $25,000. I just read the report from Adrian Wojnarowski.
Okay. Speaking of Jokic, though, 53 points, man. He had 11 assists, 4 rebounds. Big shout out to Devin Booker, who's been absolutely insane these playoffs. 36 points, 12 assists, 6 rebounds. KD, 36 points, 6 assists, 11 rebounds. Just want to know what y'all thoughts about the series, man. And what y'all thoughts about Devin Booker, his performance.
He's been sensational. Offensively, but also defensively as well. KD played also great in Game 4. Game 3, even though he got buckets, but he wasn't as efficient. It didn't look good when he got dunked on by Michael Porter Jr.
Jesus.
But now the series is becoming interesting because if Phoenix can play like this, and also Landry Shamet played well too.
You got to keep doing that.
He's got to keep doing that because they need more contributions from their bench. So it's going to be interesting to see. The question is with Denver, what are they going to have to do?
Yeah. I mean, I think the momentum has changed in that series. Because when you look at game 1, oh, yeah, they blew out the Suns by 30. And then, oh, yeah, big come from behind victory in game 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Phoenix was like, you're going to come down to the Valley and steal one? Yeah, okay, we'll see about that. And they completely turned up on them. And I know some people are going to use this game because I know the people on TikTok. They're going to say, see, this game right here is why Jokic should have won the MVP over Embiid. Da-da-da-da-da. Sixers play better without Embiid, shit like that. Yeah, that's, 53 points. It's a shame that this is probably going to go down as one of a forgotten performance, unfortunately, in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to say that, Jokic, but you think that Jokic is going to beat the Suns by himself? I don't think so.
No, definitely not.
It's not.
And that narrative is going to continue. How people always talk about when it comes to MVP success. Jokic made the finals, hasn't even made the NBA finals yet, neither is the Nuggets.
He's made one conference finals. That's about it.
Made one conference final, and that was in the bubble. And as we've seen with people, a lot of people like to discredit the bubble. So, did he actually, and I'm not discrediting him, but as some people would say, did he actually make a conference final then if it was in the bubble? Yet, he consistently poops the shoot in the second round.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Brandon, it's just been reported CP3 will not play in Game 5.
Oh, well, they playing better without him, though.
Oh, Jokic is him. Jokic is him.
No, Jokic is a baller. Look, I take nothing away from Jokic. I think he's great offensively as far as like with his passing, the playmaking, the shooting. It's just Chilltown. He said it best. I got to see more from him come postseason time. But
we getting him right now in the postseason, though.
No, in terms of winning a championship or getting to the conference finals.
Okay.
But he's not questioning Jokic in terms of his production. He knows how great Jokic is. He doesn't want to take it like the wrong way. He just thinks he needs to go farther. That's what he's saying. But I think with Phoenix, what concerns me is DeAndre Ayton.
Oh, he's gone after this season, regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What you say, T?
Ayton sucks. I hope he is gone.
Jared Allen's better, T.
Who?
Jared Allen.
Ew.
Oh, hell yeah. He's still soft as shit, though. Yeah.
No,
I don't think he's that. I don't think he's that soft. I just don't think you ask him to do much though in Cleveland.
No, here's the thing. They try to use him as Clint Capella. And they
not ask you to do a lot, but yeah, you still playing out there soft, man.
Yeah, bro.
And man, some people grow up in the suburbs. You know what I mean? Just good life. Then he like some people just like it. Well, some people have that care bearing. There's nothing wrong with that.
But look at Brooklyn.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just playing. I'm just trolling.
But look at Brooklyn. Look how they've been without him.
There's no way a point guard should be out rebounding two gigantic centers. That's just unacceptable.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's like
Josh Hart.
If anything,
Josh Hart out rebounded both of them.
And that's saying something.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is it clear?
Likes Josh Hart a lot since I'm a Villanova basketball fan. That's how Josh Hart was like at Nova too. This is what I sometimes hate about the NBA because I always scream this with my friends in text. Get a fucking rebound because I hate the new way that they play the game where it's just chuck up a three. Okay, let's go back.
They don't box out. They don't box out. They don't box out. They don't.
No, how about let's chuck up the three, and if you miss it, I am crashing down into the board to get another bucket.
Simple.
Let's see if he's gonna make it or not.
Right.
It's so simple, bro.
Yeah.
But
D-Man, what's up, bro?
What
going
up?
on, man? How y'all doing, man?
Good, man. But I think the Heat, they should take care of the series against the Knicks.
They should.
You should.
Rise up, D-man.
Hey, already, all day, man. Hey, man, I'm so ready for the season, bro. It's
Bro,
crazy. I'm so ready.
Now, but
Boy.
honestly,
Yeah, for
but Brandon though, but Jokic is I don't think they're the Nuggets doing nothing really bad. It's just Booker's having historic season right now, historic playoff run. Like this is like when there's like defense, like they're doing everything. A guy just hot. Like the season that Booker's having right now, I'm not even mad at the Nuggets. Like if they lose the series, like I'm not gonna blame Jokic because when like think about it, what do you do when a guy's putting up 45 and he's making shots over everything? He's shooting 14 for 18. Like how do you stop that?
Yo, my bad. I'm fucking AC is on. What's going on with it?
You just gotta
good,
wait
Lee?
till him to have them shooting them bad shooting woes. You know what I mean? You
Ain't
gotta
shit,
hope
man.
that the next game he be off. You just gotta hope they be off. But I feel like he looking like Bubba, the Bubba version of himself. Like even Jamal Murray kind of coming back a little bit. I mean, Book.
Well, you talking about
yeah.
D-Book?
Yeah,
And
he looking
also,
like the Bubba version.
He's been the
was
second best
going
player in the
crazy.
playoffs, man.
Yeah,
He was going crazy in the bubble
I
game.
would like, not to cut anybody off, but I just heard somebody had just told me as of right now, I think in the last 5 to 6 games, he's shooting 70% from the field on and I think in the last 3 games he shot 32 for 40, I think, something like that. I could have the math mixed up.
2K
Somebody
number.
got to check that with me, but somebody has sent something to my phone. Hey, who pod is this? Who
It's
on
mine. You on
It's
mine?
PSP?
No, this is not my podcast. I wish it was my podcast.
Oh, this Brandon.
Brandon's.
Oh, Brandon. Oh, my bad.
What's
All
up,
right.
bro? Hey, welcome to the
going on?
Throwdown, bro.
Hey, I appreciate it. I know. I just jumped in this shit. I was like, wait a minute. I had something in my I had my phone off. I had jumped in. So I'm like, oh, who pod is this? I'm like, oh damn. Oh yeah, appreciate it. So salute, Brandon. So salute, D-Man. Salute, PSP. Salute, Broad. Salute, Dev. T. Everybody. Salute everybody. But yeah. He's looking like this is probably if this continues, we're looking at probably the most efficient playoff run. I probably at his position, if not mistaken, probably at outside of the center position, outside of bigs, outside of somebody that plays in the paint. So
you think D-Book's carrying the low for KD?
I think D-Book is picking up the slack. I think that him and KD, they kind of fit together, you know, because KD is playing off him, he could play off KD.
Yeah,
and it's sort of vice versa type of thing. Because yesterday they both had 36 and 10. I don't think that's been done in a playoff game. Somebody got to correct me on that. It might have been done before, but 36 and I think KD had 36 and 11, and 11 rebounds, and Book had 36 and 12 assists.
Yeah, and 6 rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, I know what Jokic did was nothing short of amazing. He had 53 in his own right, but the numbers that they're getting now that Chris Paul is off the court, they could basically run more, and they turning up the speed. You know, that like the pace is a lot much different. They could get out and get their shot. Yeah.
Actually, Leaf, to give you some context, the past 2 games, Devin Booker, May 5th, game 3, he was 20 to 25. This last night's game, he was 14 to 18. So that is 34 out of 43. And if you do the math, if you divide 34 divided by 43, 79% he has been shooting from the field.
Damn. That's in these
video
last
game, bro.
That's my career. He playing my career on rookie.
Yeah,
is it clear? Is it clear that Devin Booker's the best shooting guard in the league? Is it clear?
I think it's clear. It has to be clear now. It has to be.
I don't know. Dub would have a problem that he probably
no. Dub admitted that last night on his pod. He gave plenty of praise to Devin Booker, man. I know, and everybody want to bring up KD's gravity or whatever the case may be. Let's remind ourselves that Devin Booker had a finals where he had 2 back-to-back 40-point games. He led that Phoenix Suns team in points per game, and that's it. I mean, even though they lost, losing effort.
So he cleared the spider.
Yeah, he's clearing Spider right now. Yeah, yes.
He's
better than Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion. Yeah.
I think he's clean. I think his defense has gotten a lot better as well. I think
who's better than Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah.
Devin Booker.
I think his defense has
better.
gotten a
I
lot
won't say
better.
clears, but he's better than Donovan.
Yeah.
Devin Booker?
I think he
That's
has
what they're
the
saying, T.
he has the edge right now, T. I think if I have to say, bro, Devin Booker has the. I'm not going off of recency bias, but I think he has the edge right now.
I've always
The last
Yo, you know T's not gonna admit that he loves himself some Cleveland.
The last 6 games, I just did the math. Last 6 games combined, Devin Booker has shot 65.3% from the field.
That's insane.
Lord,
That's insane.
that boy.
But again, that's video game numbers.
That's
he
going back to the Clipper series.
Yeah,
He's on a mission, bro.
That's
He's on
why-
a mission.
Man,
And
listen.
I really feel like when they got KD, I think they added a little boost, a little juice to him, because it's a little different when they added KD. It just seemed like we got a little more aggressive version of him, and he just straight to it. And KD just picking and pulling, like, okay, I'm good. I could just follow suit. I'm gonna let him cook, but I'm gonna get mine regardless. KD never been the guy that just forced his offense.
Well, KD don't mind scoring. The problem is he don't mind deferring.
He doesn't. Yeah, he definitely don't mind deferring, bro. Like,
he gonna get his. He gonna get his because
I don't think at this point in his career, like I think he's comfortable with like doing all if not most of his work on it, like 15 foot on a high post. He's comfortable with it now because now he has somebody.
Credit for the defense, man. He don't get no credit for defense. He go out there.
KD defense. KD and Devin Booker defense, I think, has improved substantially, as opposed to what it was in the recent years. I think Devin Booker is more in the passing lanes. He's more in the hustle plays. And KD, as far as paint protection, his length is definitely affecting shots. He could definitely get the shots. They doing very well, man. I think I had Denver to win this series in 5. I was clearly wrong.
I had Phoenix winning this series.
I had Phoenix in 6.
I actually before an hour before the playoffs started, I actually went on Chilltown and chill with Chilltown, and I had the Suns and the Sixers in the finals. But that's starting to look more like a reality a little bit. I mean, everybody want to thumb their nose at James Harden. I just want to note that James Harden and the 2 wins that they had in this series has put up 40 in each of those games, bro. Like, and listen,
the last one do it in AI.
He needs to
do it in that jersey AI, man.
He just needs to do it consistently. He can't have any more performances of going 3 or 14 from the field like he did in Game 3. All we saying with James Harden, if you can give us 20 and 10 with good efficiency, and we know what Embiid is capable of giving us. He gave us 34 and 13 the other night.
Yeah.
Right.
So Maxey has to play well. Tobias Harris got to play better because we're paying you a ton of money. And you can't go of what he shot from the field yesterday, 3 of 10.
Oh man, and I think that might have been his worst play because he was playing pretty good up until that point. I mean, at least solid.
Even when he is playing good, I cannot stand him.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Again,
but Harden yesterday was 42 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists off of 69, 66, and I think 88. If I'm not mistaken.
And
that's
really
ridiculous.
one thing that stood out to me about that game though, how aggressive he was. He was really aggressive.
Oh yeah, definitely. He wasn't slowing down. Yeah, like everything was like 3 seconds or less with his moves, and 3 seconds or less with his shot.
He was on a mission, and it looked like Houston-ish. It looked Houston-ish.
I think. And the jump more on that D man, I think it probably had a little bit more to do with the kid that he brought to the game, the young man that he brought to the game.
He was one of the victims.
He was one of the victims of the shooting. Of the shooting.
Found some outside motivation, man.
Yeah, definitely. So listen, if we could get him to the next 2 games and get Boston the hell up out of here, man, I'm all for it, man, because I don't think Boston.
If he be,
I'll be honest.
I don't.
Whatever.
I'll be honest. If we make it out the second round, I'm not gonna give a fuck what happens afterwards.
If he beat Boston,
Jones can finally end.
Wait, bro, you talking about the Sixers?
Yep.
If he beat Boston,
if y'all make it out the next round, like
I'm not gonna give
it's clear. It's clear as day that everything else going forward is just like, okay, y'all got y'all rematch with Miami.
Man, the perfect matchup is right there for them, bro. They beat
Boston. That's the perfect matchup to me. I mean,
Philly wants to meet Miami because of what happened Game 6 when Jimmy Butler walked into the locker room and he said, "Tobias Harris over me."
Yes, yeah, he definitely said that. He definitely said that. On the exit, on the exit out when they closed the series, he said they picked Tobias Harris over me. And listen, Jimmy is gonna give them all that they can handle. And I think Kevin Love has been a bonus for them. I think he's played very well.
Yeah,
adding a lot of spacing and adding a little bit more rebounding and spacing and to the floor and everything. I think their shooters is playing is as good as they could play. Overall in this playoffs, except for the last game. But Jimmy and Miami, they're gonna give them all that they can handle, man. If Philly could steal another one in Boston, I think I have them as a lot going to the finals. I
feel like that series with Atlanta, Philly seen some things that they can do.
Well,
even though we got out in 6. We got out in 6 though, but they see some things that they can do. Philly see some things that they can do, bro. And I feel like they kind of going with that. And the way how aggressive Jay Harden is, if he just stay aggressive, and just keep doing what he doing, bro, the ceiling gonna be and B gonna have a crazy game.
Yeah. Listen, I put it to you this way. If he put up if James Harden gets another 40 ball in this series, we need to exit that conversation about James Harden being the James Harden of old. We know what he's gonna do. I think we need to turn the shoulder about that, because as a number 2, for him to give you 40 in both of the wins, I think this has to say something.
No, it does say something, because this is exactly why Philly had no problem trading Ben Simmons for him.
Please, PSP, please don't bring that up.
What is the truth?
PSP, bro, listen. Yeah, I'm trying to walk the streets of Brooklyn calmly, bro. Could you not mention Ben Simmons' name?
You're a Nets fan,
He's a for sure top 4. Like after this series, if he come out of this thing, like you can't. It ain't no dropping him behind Clyde. It's really him and Wade. It's arguably him and Wade now.
Leaf, it's okay, bro.
I think Wade has had a better career and
I'm on the Wade side, but I'm saying it's more of an argument. If you get past this better on his resume.
I don't know, like the Clyde conversation. Clyde's conversation. I'm not
know
sure.
If Harden wins the championship, I put him over Wade.
Because Clyde won the West with Portland.
Wait a minute. Wait. T, why are you looking at me like that?
What'd you say again, PSP?
I said I would still not put Harden over Wade. I'm still got Wade over Harden.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't know if I'm putting Harden.
I'm supposed to disregard what Wade did in that 06 finals against the Mavericks. I'm supposed to ignore that.
I agree with you. But you know how the thing going right now is like it's stat driven. It's stat driven. So if he get one ring, you can't lie. Them stats gonna be crazy.
Okay,
man,
but let me ask you this question: If he wins the championship, would y'all have him above Iverson?
No,
I don't. But a lot of people do. A lot of people do already.
I don't know if I got him over Iverson or Clyde Drexler.
If he win this series, you can slide him. You can slide him on.
What Clyde did in Portland was impressive. Like, let's just be real about it. Like,
I don't have Westbrook over guys, so obviously I don't have.
I think what Clyde did in Portland was very, very impressive, bro. Like,
he did went to a couple of NBA finals though when he was the number 1 dude on that team.
And so I don't even know who the second best player was on that team. I got it. Maybe it was Jerome Kersey or Terry Porter. Like
no, boy Clifford used to wear a thick ass headband. Clifford, golly, I forgot.
But anyway, I don't want to just talk about that. I want to talk about Brandon's team because we got the Warriors versus the Lakers.
Oh boy!
I'm telling you, if it goes 3-1, tonight,
PSP.
PSP. I call it his actual team because He's
I'm a
not
Bron
a
fan, though.
Lakers fan. He's a
Y'all
fucking
got y'all
LeBron.
own. Y'all got your own referees up there, Ben, bro.
He's
Y'all
a
seem like
fanboy, so he's
my
not.
Oh, here we
God.
go with the refs. Here
Loyal
we
to
go
a
with the
team.
refs. Here we
Hey,
go.
Brandon,
referees,
listen. I
Here we
this is my
go.
first time on here. I'm gonna try to maintain my composure, bro. Like when I speak on this, bro. Like,
Oh no.
listen. I'm gonna try to
Talk to
keep
me.
it as basketball as I can keep it in this when I talk about this. But
Go ahead, bro.
I think that the Warriors have to have some sort of counter reaction in terms of how they're gonna like at least keep AD honest and neutralize him to the point where we got to bring him out, because in game 2 it was the Jermichael Green kind of experiment. All right, let's bring him out a little bit. Jermichael Green shot, I think, 3 for 5, 3 for 6 from 3. They bodied him up. They put a little body on him, but obviously AD got all the mismatches in the series. But I think it's all about taking advantage of their opportunities offensively on their one-on-ones. When they see Austin Reeves on a one-on-one, that is food. That's a steak and crab
eat.
dinner.
Especially when he's
Gotta
guarding Klay Thompson. I do
Oh,
not want
absolutely.
Austin Reeves.
That
That's
is
what
food.
Klay did. That's what
No.
Klay did game
Well,
2,
the
though, right?
Warriors-
Clay, like, hold on. Give me that.
I
Every
think
time he
that the
touched it.
Warriors. I just think the Warriors just need to stick to the game plan. I don't think they need to go outside of they game plan that they had when they in game 2 when they limited Poole's minutes. They limited Poole's minutes. Looney had the BGs, and they limited Poole minutes, and then they just let Klay Thompson work on Austin Reeves because he could work in space.
No, the
You know what I'm
Warriors,
saying?
they need someone like Margot Robbie or Beyonce to pull up so Poole can turn the
Oh man.
But now, for real though, the counter that AD take you just said, right?
Right.
Ain't nothing they can do about it, bro. To be honest with you, the only thing they can really do about it, Curry
Is hope AD
Curry
have a blunder
but even if he having a crazy game, if Curry go crazy, KD got to worry about that. KD got to come out there and try to use his big body to try to stop some of them trades from going in. Because if he cooking, all that what AD doing ain't gonna even matter. He ain't even went off yet. Y'all ain't realize that Curry ain't went off yet. They been doing good on Curry, bro. So right now
they have been doing good on Curry.
They're
I
keeping
think
him at bay.
So wait,
this
D-Man.
game, yeah.
So D-Man, you think Curry is due for a game? You think Curry is due for a big game?
I feel like tonight. Yeah, tonight. I feel like
I got the Warriors winning this one. I think
you
gonna
see AD and Curry going off, right? But what Curry do, it's gonna offset what AD do. AD gonna still get his buckets. But I'm telling you, you got to worry about that guy knocking that shit down like that every time.
But the
you gonna
question is
send
with
AD out there.
though, can he be consistent? Because one game he gives
got
you
to keep up
25
with
and
it.
13, and then in the next game he gives you 11 and 7.
I mean, he had 30 and 20 in the first game, and then then he gave you 13 and 7 in the next, and then he gave you 20. I mean, defensively, what I will say,
defensively he's been consistent. He's been
yes,
very consistent.
defensively he's been consistent, but I think that the issue is that when the Lakers start to lean on him like a little bit more than usual, now you start to see him kind of shy away. Like it's almost like Joel Embiid. You can't feed him from first quarter all the way to fourth without the others getting involved. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else gonna have to pick up the slack, whether it's Rui, whether it's D'Lo, whether somebody gonna else have to pick up the slack on the Lakers side. But
I think if D'Angelo Russell plays well like he did yesterday, he was great in the first half, and if he can give you some numbers, Rui Hachimura is also another X factor because he's been playing crazy, especially how he's shooting the three, and given somewhat of the defensive side. I got the Warriors win this one. I still have the Lakers win this series though. It depends on AD and D'Lo's consistency. And I think this is a game Steph is going to go off, though. I see him dropping 35.
Has he went off yet, really?
Not yet, bro. Not yet. But since he went off against the Kings, he's been chilling. No.
Ever since that Game 7 game, though, in which he had like 50.
Game 7. He was kind of chilling. He had a nice little 25 piece for first game.
And then game 2, he won. He had 20 and 12. Klay went off in that game.
So he kind of playing with the flow. That's why I say he due for a game, and you go see AD cook, but you go see Curry overshadow that. I'm sorry, Ben. Your boy ain't showing up today.
Bron?
He MF time. He
No,
MF
no,
time
no,
today.
no,
He
no,
showing.
no, no,
Your boy
no.
ain't showing up today, man.
I think nah. If I gotta keep it real, I think Steph is due for a game before LeBron is. I think LeBron is comfortable with like just filling in the blanks. I think he's comfortable with filling in the blanks a little bit in his series.
LeBron's a LeBron game gonna be like 25, 19,
That's what I'm thinking.
and 8.
Yeah. LeBron is like
that.
20, like 22 points, about 11 rebounds, like a good 4 or 5 assists. Like he's good with filling in the blanks. I think Steph is due for a classic. He's due for a classic.
Mm-hmm.
8-9 threes. I'm talking about 8-9 threes. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
Champagne was good.
What's good? What's the word?
What up? Hey, now we were talking about. We just finished the Lakers.
Got 9 points
Lakers
already.
talk. We just finished the Lakers talk on March. What do you think got it tonight?
Well, I got with Lakers and Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Golden State. Give me Golden State. They tying it up tonight, bro.
All right.
They ain't gonna let the referees ain't gonna cost them the game this time.
They said Scott Foster's referee.
I said it, bro. Hey.
All right, Brandon. I said I was gonna keep it basketball, but from the second to the third, from the 5-minute mark to the from the second quarter to the late in the third, they shot 35 free throws. They shot 35 free throws in 2 quarters, bro.
Another
stat. A lot of those was technical fouls and fouls away from the basket and away from the paint. So you can't say it was the paint. They was throwing the ball in the paint.
I mean, yeah, it was technical foul. I mean, Moses Moody tricked AD, Jermichael Green, Draymond talking off the bench. Like, I mean, you can't do that.
Also, another stat though, LA in Game 3 they shot really well from the 3, and the Lakers they're not really a good 3-point shooting team. So do we expect to see that in Game 4?
Facts. So
I hate buying that, man. I hate buying that little theory that they don't shoot good, bro. Cause Austin Reed can shoot.
They shot good enough. Yeah, they shoot good. They shoot good enough. They don't shoot a high percentage.
D'Lo is inconsistent as hell.
I think D'Lo is more of a mid-range. D'Lo is more of a mid-range merchant. I think he's more of a shot creator in the role that he's in. He's more of a high. He's more of a 15 feet in and hit you with the like the pump fake spin and then shoot it. Work on the right side of the basket, work on the right side. He could get to his left. I think when they start switching Poole and then Curry on them, they more food on defense on one-on-one situations than anybody, especially with D'Lo. So
let me tell you something. If Austin Reeves is guarding Klay Thompson gonna eat him.
That's a chicken sandwich right there.
Man, he already proved it.
It's a fish fillet sandwich, Lee.
Yeah,
Shaq said that's barbecue chicken. That's barbecue chicken.
Oh wait, I forgot.
It has with sweet and sour sauce.
Yeah. Oh wait, I forgot. I didn't make a prediction for the game tonight. Give me. I don't fucking care.
That's a great take. Hey, Philly.
That's a great take. But I was gonna go with that too.
All the real games.
I'm on the same with that too because I like.
Bro.
This series is forced me to like believe in one more team than the other, and I can't stand either one, bro. Because I think both of them they ran the limit on what I believe is wrong with the NBA. I mean, that's just my opinion on it, but yeah, I'm with Broad Sports on this, man. Yeah,
I got a question.
The IDK.
I got a question. If LeBron, hypothetically speaking.
Oh my God!
If he listen to me. If he wins, I do not have him.
Is he better than MJ?
No. If he wins this championship, do y'all think he is the GOAT? I don't.
No,
I don't because AD has to be the Finals MVP in order for them to win this.
If he wins the championship, he'll be above Kareem.
No, I don't think he.
Bro, it depends on how
I
he
think
win the
AD.
championship. If he play like ass and AD's doing all the work,
LeBron,
they end up
in my
winning.
opinion,
AD clearly has to be Finals MVP for this team. It's clear as
in
day.
my
But
Like
opinion,
I
LeBron,
would
he's
probably
already
put him above Kareem though. Let me tell you why, because they both have a similar type career. They
he's already above
longevity.
Kareem to me. I was just trolling.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying,
I got
but at the
LeBron
same
too.
time, if you gonna really
I
look at longevity, like them the two guys you really want to match up against, besides a small forward.
I
and
mean,
shooting
listen,
guard.
career-wise, I think just off the strength of his career and his body of work in terms of career, LeBron is top 3 just off the strength of that. As a basketball player, I'll be quite honest. I think he's very, very limited, and he lived off of athleticism for a long time. So
I have him as the second best basketball player of all time.
I got him at 1 already, so it really won't move me.
At least you understand that he ain't gonna be the GOAT even if you get this ring. That's all.
No, I
Exactly.
do not.
That's the big
I
part.
don't believe even if he wins this ring, I do not have him as the GOAT.
No.
My
I
top
don't
3
either.
are Jordan. I have LeBron second. Y'all can disagree.
Yeah.
I got Kareem third. If I'm going with a big man in that top 3, give me Kareem, because defensively he can give me the defense, and we all know offensively, most unstoppable move in the history of the game, the sky hook. They had to change the game because of him, the no dunk rule. So he had to find a way to be more effective, which was the sky hook and free throws. Unlike Shaq, Bill Russell, he could hit his free throws. So I can get offense and I can also get the defense. So I go with Kareem. And before LeBron, he was the NBA's all-time leading scorer, the 6 MVPs, the 6 championships. He has as many rings as Jordan, and he's proven he can win a championship before Magic. People forget the championship he won in Milwaukee, though.
Right. But
that's why I say you
I mean,
can match them two up.
But the thing is, like, you know what the people gonna point to PSP, but they gonna point to the gap in between that and until he met Magic. They gonna point to that, not to get you off pace, but I think Kareem. If we talking about basketball in its totality, it's Kareem, and it ain't even close. Like, to me, like if we talking about all levels, like it's Kareem, it's not even close. Like it's one of the reasons phenomenal, and it's one of the reasons why I have to put him number. That's one of the reasons why I have to just put him number 2, even though we don't really count that. We have to acknowledge it anyway, because nobody has really seen I don't think nobody has had a better basketball life than Kareem.
Yeah, we can still acknowledge it, but
I mean, he's the greatest college player ever.
Do you think people factor Kareem because of off the court as well?
No.
Not. I mean, we kind of do, even though he's still with Muhammad Ali and everybody. But I definitely got to put him number 2.
He was paid to be there, bro. I ain't doing
Bill
that
Russell would be up there if that's the case.
It wasn't that much money to pay him back then, bro. Like, he did that out of love.
I think only Brandon and D-Man have heard me say this, which I've said it on the show at least 15 times. The reason why I hate this fucking GOAT is because everyone is fucking stupid. It doesn't present an argument. They just base it around hypotheticals of, LeBron would be better in Jordan's era than Jordan in today. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I actually like to have a GOAT debate by position.
Thank you.
No, bro, of course, I agree with you. I even if LeBron wins, like I said, I do not believe he's above Jordan. I think if you put prime Jordan in today's game, he would probably give you 38, 40.
I think Jordan is giving you close to 37. We talking about Jimmy Butler numbers. We talking about Jimmy Butler numbers in the first round.
State saw Jordan in the league.
And I know T wouldn't argue about that.
I think Jordan is giving you. He's giving you in an 82-game season what Jimmy gave you against the Bucks a couple of weeks ago.
Speaking of which, I feel like Jimmy Butler is Michael Jordan's son, him or Anthony Edwards.
They got that dog in him, bro. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, Jimmy, yeah. We gonna need a fraternity test real soon, man. Like,
how I said, like, I like to do GOAT by position. This has been an intriguing debate I've had with my friends, but I still kind of stick with this ground. When it comes to the best center of all time, now I do believe that Kareem is the better basketball player.
Right.
However, when it actually comes to the position of center, I think Shaq is a better center than Kareem.
Ooh, I mean, listen, hey, you know what,
here
bro?
we go
Hey,
again.
bro, hey, bro, we can entertain that conversation.
But wait,
Listen,
Here we go again, bro.
I'm
Would you say,
I'm entertain
Prime
it.
Shaq? Would you
What
say
about
Prime
Hakeem?
Shaq is better than Prime Hakeem?
Hell no.
Prime Shaq, yeah, I put Prime Shaq over Prime Kareem.
Hakeem.
Yeah, I
I
would.
think people forget how good Prime Shaq was.
I would do
Prime
that. I
Shaq
would do
was-
that PSP for the
Prime
simple
Shaq was
fact
moving
that
around like Giannis, bro. Prime Shaq was moving
I
around like
Hakeem
Giannis.
at,
He
you
was.
said
For
I have
real, for
Hakeem,
real.
I have Hakeem at 4.
But Hakeem, though?
but PSP, bro. If we talking Shaq in his peak or peak prime, whatever we want to call it, we talking about from the time he came into the league all the way to like 2004.
No, Leaf. We knew he was dominant, but would you say he was more dominant than Wilt? Let's not discount
Oh,
Wilt.
that's-
Or
that's-
Bill
that's-
Russell. What about Bill Russell? Bill Russell was more.
I think Shaq had a longer dominant prime than Wilt. I think Wilt only played 13 years. We got to remember that. So
I mean, Hakeem Olajuwon was the greatest defender.
But Will
of all
probably a
time.
better offensive player than Shaq. But you don't really think dominant like that when you think Wilt. You just know he's a crazy athletic.
Yeah. We know Wilt.
But
We
Shaq
know
I don't know,
Wilt.
man.
Like,
That man was
How-
breaking
But
people's
then when you
hands.
think of
at the
Shaq,
rim.
you think of bully balls.
listen.
Shaq is like-
I'll tell you this. Listen, Wilt has been left this earth in 1999. It's 2023. I guarantee you, in another 20 years, we still gonna be talking about him. Guarantee you. I give you that.
Athlete, man. Athlete, bro.
But
Shaq's
Shaq,
the weakest. He's the weakest defender on that list, though, compared to the other centers. He's not a bad defender.
Is he?
But he's
You
a
sure
worse
that?
defender than Will.
Shaq?
He's a worse
Yes.
defender than Will. He's a worse defender than Hakeem. I
Better
think
than Bill
Kareem. I think
Russell.
Kareem. He's a worse
He ain't
defender
bad
than
to
Bill.
Bill.
You know, I
Kareem-
think between him and Kareem, I think we got to have a
Kareem was a
conversation.
better-
Okay. You can have that combo with Kareem, but
Like,
the
I
rest
think
of them.
Kareem was
I don't know.
Kareem was
I don't know
more
if
mobile,
Kareem
though.
was better defensively,
Now,
bro.
I'm not one of those people
I'm not
where-
confirming that.
He wasn't even better than Nate Thurman or Dwight Howard.
I mean,
I'm not one of those people where it's like, oh my
On the
god,
defensive end?
Wait, Champagne. We talking about Shaq?
I think
Shaq?
overall,
No,
my
I'm
fault.
saying on the
No, you're right,
defensive
you're right.
end, Shaq was not better than Nate Thurman.
I thought you were talking about overall.
Nah.
For a second.
I'm not. But if we just talking about the top 10, like everybody in the top 5, Kareem, Wilt,
Okay, you strict.
Shaq, Kareem, Wilt, Shaq, Hakeem, Bill Russell. That group between Shaq and Kareem defensively,
debate.
it's a conversation.
They're the worst ones.
Yeah.
I think Shaq. Nah. Between him and Kareem, I think it's a conversation.
I'll give the edge to Shaq over Kareem on defense.
I would put Wilt defensively second to Bill Russell.
No, Hakeem
Over Hakeem.
Hakeem.
Yes,
Hakeem.
Nah.
I'm putting.
No.
Listen, listen. Hold up. The NBA has lied to us for a lot of years. We know damn well Wilt is the all-time shot block leader, bro. We know
it could be
that.
Bill,
Hey,
though. It could be
but
Bill.
look, a lot of them stats are flugazy, bro, because they just watching his ass run up and down the court. They forgot how many points he don't score. Hold on. Look, bro.
They probably missed some stats back then.
Ain't no probably they did.
They drinking their Boston tea, chilling, and watching Wilt just run. God damn.
So I think the NBA. So
hold on, bro.
So Dev, NBA has been lying
about 5-6 times. He
Oh,
probably
good.
got about 35 points right now. How many rebounds? Oh shit, I don't lost count, but I got about 50 rebounds. Hey, come on, man. I don't lost count.
They probably started.
D-man.
They probably started another black man.
My question is this.
Go ahead, Lee.
My question is this. Is it safe to say that the NBA has been lying to Hakeem Olajuwon, calling him the all-time shot block leader, bro? When we know Bill Russell and Wilt.
No.
It's not just
It ain't even about just shot blocking though. To defense,
it's not just about shot blocking.
Hakeem Olajuwon was a great post defender. He was able to actually.
Wilt was mobile too.
I'm not saying he wasn't, but I'm saying Kareem had more versatility on his defense than Wilt did, and he did it at a high level.
And plus, we saw Hakeem play great defense on Shaq.
It's documented. Bill Russell documented now. His blocks is documented now. It ain't that old. It ain't that old, you know.
Yeah.
Bill Russell, this stuff is really documented.
I mean,
Now, Wilt was
listen.
trying to
I would
play
listen. I think
And not only
Hakeem is the
that-
best. I think Hakeem is the best two-way player at the 5.
What
I
that
think he's the
mean
best
then?
two-way
What
player
that
at the 5.
mean?
Most definitely.
No.
Most definitely.
I think in terms of offense and defense, I think it balanced out at some of the highest level. I think Bill Russell was more of an anchor, more of a specialist. Wilt, Shaq, Kareem, they could all block shots, they could all protect the paint. But I think Hakeem, in terms of his versatility, Dev is absolutely right. He was top 5 and think AD in his New Orleans years, bro, when he top 5 in like steals and blocks.
Think
Top
Anthony
5,
Davis,
top
but a
Do you
little bit
think-
more athletic.
Yeah.
And only that,
Yeah, I
and
give
plus
you that.
Hakeem
I give you that.
and Hakeem
That's why I
James-
got. That's why
I
I got
give you that.
Hakeem. That's why I got Hakeem as the second best defender ever behind Bill Russell.
But
Same,
like
yeah,
we
me-
forget,
me-
I ain't
me-
got no
me too.
problem.
That's
with that.
I think that's fair.
Same, me too.
But-
And plus, I
That's fair.
think
But Shaq,
David
Hakeem,
Robinson,
go
David
ahead.
Robinson better defender than Shaq in my opinion.
Yeah, David Robinson.
No, we
is
agree
too.
there. We agree
Yeah.
there.
David Robinson.
But-
I give you
at
Dave
one
Rob. I
point-
give you Dave Rob.
At one
But
point, all them boys
I
had
think
to see
for
Shaq.
me,
Them
I
boys had
think
to
for
see
me,
Shaq now. I give Hakeem credit because Hakeem did good checking Shaq one time.
but I
Yeah,
think
He did. He did. But I think when I listen, I think everybody on that list is very, very reliable defensively. I just think when we talking about the greats, when we get into the nitty gritty of the top 5 all-time centers, it's just so many. It's just guys that's greater than beyond
it's the most-
anything we've ever
It's the
seen.
most
You know what I'm
stacked.
saying?
It's the most stacked position in the NBA history.
Oh
The
yeah,
center's most
by
stacked
far
position.
in NBA history. Like, but
I
it's
think who would y'all say is the most skilled big man? Not most
Hakeem.
talent, not most common.
Hakeem.
Yeah, I was gonna
Hakeem.
say Hakeem.
Okay.
And when I look at Hakeem, he the dream shake, even though the sky hook is the most unstoppable move in the history of the game, I love the dream shake more because it's the most unbelievable to me because Hakeem, he had guard-like skills for a big man. A lot of that comes with the soccer background and stuff like that. He was so fluid. And that 94-95 postseason run, he went up against Utah, I think, in the first round.
right.
He beat Phoenix in the second round. In the conference finals, he went up against David Robinson
And
and
walked
And
them.
cooked him.
And
cooked
cooked
them.
Walked
And
them
that
then
wasn't
finals-
no easy run either.
No,
Yeah,
it wasn't,
nah,
no
it wasn't
run.
an easy run at all. It wasn't an easy run but I look at when I look at what Hakeem did in the head-to-head matchups as far as the center position goes during that time. Oh, he walked everybody. He walked Ewan in '94.
Mhm.
He
yeah.
walked
Plus-
David Robinson in
You ain't had
'95.
no defense though. You ain't
He
had no
walked down.
defense,
He
bro.
walked down. He walked down every last one. He walked down
He made Ewan
Ewan,
look like that.
David Robinson,
Yeah.
and Shaq in that
Mhm.
order.
And plus
Carl
Hakeem,
Malone,
and plus
Yeah.
Hakeem, and plus Hakeem's teams never compared to these other centers. Like Hakeem never, his teams were never like
he ain't never had a
Kareem
Kobe or a
team.
Penny
I
Hardaway.
think,
It was
yeah,
never like that
Hakeem,
team, like
Oh,
the greatest-
hold on.
He was legit carrying those teams.
We forgetting the other big man he was down there with now.
Yeah,
No,
but
Ralph
it was only
Sampson?
for a year though. He was only for
Yeah,
a year.
Ralph
hold on,
Sampson,
Talking about
yeah.
Big Ralph?
Hold on.
His
Yeah, that
rookie
was
year.
big help.
that
Yeah,
was
but
early.
no,
Yeah,
Ralph-
that was early in
Ralph-
his career.
Ralph wasn't on
D-Man,
like
that was early in his career.
on those
But
championship teams.
yeah, that was early in his career when they made the finals in '86 and they made that run and they played arguably the best Celtics.
But I
team
just
out.
don't think people have given
No.
Hakeem his due because they look at when he won those championships. That was during the time in which Jordan retired.
And
they
PSP
feel-
Yeah.
and PSP, there goes the
Hey, I'm
the
gonna be
common
real
denominator.
with you. I'm gonna be real with
Yeah,
you.
y'all
There goes the
I
common
agree. I
denominator.
agree.
PSP.
No,
Hey,
I'm not saying
be
it.
honest.
It's what a lot of people have said. I'm not saying
Right.
it.
I'm gonna be
you
honest,
right,
bro.
you right.
I think Jordan- I think-
But PSP, you could understand that's the common denominator. The biggest robbery in terms of matchup is Bulls versus the Rockets in the finals. Well, like
No,
we
I would
got
love to see
robbed
that.
out of that as basketball fans.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest though. I think Jordan would have dropped one of those to the King.
Bulls versus Rockets.
No,
He
no,
Bulls
dropped,
versus
bro.
Rockets
They
in the
did not,
finals,
no,
bro. Like that
no,
arguably
bro.
was the biggest
No.
what if.
that would have been the
in
biggest.
terms of
that would have been the
matchup.
biggest. No, that would
The
have been
biggest
the
what if
greatest-
is
that would've
probably
been-
LeBron versus Kobe in the finals.
that would've
Yeah,
been
man.
MJ greatest win.
Maybe.
The biggest what if.
Championship.
The biggest what if is Derrick Rose.
This would have happened, bro.
But I think, but the thing is, the reason why Jordan didn't have no equal was because of that. Like that's
Because of
one of the that probably would have been if like you just heard like if Jordan goes in 95, he's dropping that. If 94, I don't know. 94, I don't know.
I think he lose both. I think he lose
I don't know.
both.
I'm telling you, bro.
Nah, 94
and the Rockets,
is the conversation. I think
Hakeem and the
because
Rockets had the Bulls number, man.
And plus,
they did.
Hey, Utah did too, though. Utah did too.
They did, but I'm saying like Utah ain't. I mean, Karl Malone nice, but he ain't Hakeem, bro.
But he ain't Hakeem. Yeah.
Look, during that same time, right? But when the Jordan was playing Karl Malone, the Rockets still had that same squad.
No. They lost that. Remember, they lost pieces. Remember, they didn't have Vernon Maxwell, who was considered like the best matchup for Jordan at the time in the early 90s.
They didn't have Robert Horry.
They didn't have Robert Horry, who went to LA.
And I don't think
they didn't have Kenny. They didn't have Kenny Smith, who was their best shooter. They didn't have Sam Cassell. I think they exchanged all of that with Barkley. Drexler had left after 96. Drexler was old, and he had left after 96. And then Otis Thorpe was out. You did your bench was kind of depleted. I think the best player off their bench, if I'm not mistaken, might have been damn, what's his name that hit that damn shot in the corner? Cause damn.
I know you. I know you talking about.
I'm forgetting his name, bro. He was about good 6'8", 6'9". He was like the small forward on the team. He had like a lucky shot.
I really feel like both series of both times they would have played, they would have won 7. I just feel like they would have put Jordan status even higher because they would have been the best team he beat in the championship. He was gonna beat Houston.
The
bro.
best team.
I think he would have beat him. I think he would have gotten the one.
I think. Oh yeah, I agree.
It wasn't nobody gonna beat them for another couple years.
He wasn't gonna get both.
But not D-Man, you leaving something out. After 95, Hakeem was pretty much injury ridden all the way to retirement. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty much all downhill from there, and then they had Barkley come in and like kind of pick up the slack. But he was inconsistent once he got on that team as well. They was on their last legs. Jordan basically got out. Jordan, out of everybody from that class, Jordan was the only person that still had springs left. Stockton and Malone, they made the finals late, like in the twilight.
Yeah.
Like 5 years, before they retired.
I got you. This man had a gambling problem, which really that's the real reason why he kind of supposedly retired, because of the gambling problem. He got caught up with the mobs. That's some shit now. Supposedly your daddy got down died. Like, bro, there's a lot going on.
It's a lot of uncovers. It's a lot of undercovers.
It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff they really have. I feel like that man. I feel like he had the mob on him. I feel like he had mob on his family.
I think
a sacrifice. His dad was a sacrifice. His dad was a sacrifice.
Right.
Your ass don't play. We don't need you to play. We need. I don't bet on Houston. I don't bet on this team to win. Motherfucker, you don't play. You sit your ass out. Let me get my money back. Then you go back and play. I'm telling you, the Mars like that for real. Back then, Jordan was playing people. They were bringing cocaine.
Listen, hey, listen, listen. That's not really like all of that undercover stuff. That ain't really for me to say during that time. But I will say this: Hakeem. I say Hakeem from the time he got drafted to all the way to 95. We talking about an 11-year run where he was averaging at least 20, 10, and like 3 or 4 blocks. Yeah, 20 plus, 10 plus, and 4 plus blocks, 3 plus assists. He was top 5 in steals and blocks and rebounds and assists for like most of those years. So I will give him the nod in terms of like his peak was like definitely on the upper echelon. However, Shaq was as well. We talking about Shaq basically killed off all of the post up bigs because he kind of was supposed to. He was the youngest out of everybody when he came in, and then he just debowed.
But also, Hakeem had better competition. I mean, not derailing Shaq.
I think the biggest indictment on Shaq was that later in his career,
he got lazy.
He took it for granted, and that was the thing. Shaq, he should have had 6 championships or more.
Shaq really should be the GOAT.
Shaq to me. I thought Steve Nash stole that MVP. I mean, y'all.
The first one I thought he robbed. Yeah, definitely.
He did.
Shaq to me should have won 2 or 3 more MVPs. Had won a couple more championships. There would be a no-brainer. He would be the GOAT. fair enough. He was never a great free throw shooter. I'm not going to hold that against him.
Yeah, whatever.
But had Shaq worked on his conditioning and his fitness, and maybe he and Kobe worked on their relationship because they had a lot of
listen. Hey, PSP,
would
but
definitely
like
been a problem.
not to harp off the free throws, but like had he made 80% of those free throws, we talking about the greatest player ever invented.
Yeah.
By far. We like the scoring title. The scoring title is his, and LeBron maybe just passing it, maybe like 2 days before the last game of the season.
Yeah.
But I'm glad.
So my thing is just like, yo, Shaq had a shot at the GOAT title. Magic definitely had a shot at the GOAT title. Magic had a shot at that, bro.
Man, if he didn't get HIV, he would have had
he did. For sure. Dev, listen.
Defense ain't moving me.
Listen. It's not about the defense; it's about the resume. Like we talking about.
Okay.
His resume. If his resume continued, he had that 91 run was impressive.
Okay.
If you go back and look at that.
But you know what? But and I thought about this. Shaq, if I had to make an NFL comparison, even though they're different as far as championships, no, Randy Moss. Here's why I say that. Randy Moss, my opinion, could have been the greatest wide receiver, best vertical threat. He should have been a top 5 pick. Dallas missed out on him because they dealt with Michael Irvin. They didn't want to deal with another wide receiver with character controversial issues. Randy was balling. He was putting up numbers after numbers after numbers. But he even admitted, I play when I want to. And that was the thing that held Randy against him. And I felt like, hey, Randy had gave all his effort. He should have had more touchdown catches than Jerry Rice. He should have had more yards than Jerry Rice. That I'm not trying to diminish Jerry Rice because Jerry Rice is great. He's the GOAT of all, greatest wide receiver of all time. But Randy had that type of ability. And had Randy had taken it, had he played with much rage and focus, Randy would have put up even more numbers.
To hop on it a little bit, and I know D-Man and Brandon, y'all usually on gridiron, y'all gridiron boys, but
for sure.
I'll put it this way. In terms of talent, I think it's between, in terms of, if we just talking skill and talent only, I think it's either Randy Moss or Megatron. And in terms of numbers and career, I think it's Jerry Rice. In terms of numbers, individual numbers, I think it's T.O. So everybody, each one of them, I think I got a case in terms of like what they bring to the all-time argument. I think,
but that's what I think of with Shaq, because I feel like what if Shaq said, "I'm gonna take it seriously. I'm gonna get in the best condition year in and year out." If Shaq later in his career, he would have given me 26 and 12, 26 and 13 because there was nobody who could stop him in the paint. He was that too big. He was that too physical. The only way you can neutralize him is that you put him at the free throw line in crucial situations.
Well, PSP, when he wasn't taking it seriously, he was giving you 29 and 15 at the most.
Speaking of Shaq, I have a question for the panel. Who y'all have ranked higher, Kobe or Shaq? I'm just curious.
I got Kobe ranked higher.
Kobe. For me,
I think it's impossible for me not to put Kobe in my top 5, bro.
Who y'all got ranked higher personally? Who y'all got ranked higher personally, Kobe or Shaq?
I have Kobe higher than Shaq. I have Kobe 8th. I have Shaq 9th.
But I will say this, which I've been wanting to say this. I'm glad that you brought up PSP, his conditioning, because me and my brother have had this conversation before where if his conditioning was a little bit better throughout his career, we probably would have known him as one of, if not the most athletic, not just big man, but player in the NBA.
I think outside of Wilt, you can make that argument. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know who told Shaq to put on all that weight. I don't know who told Shaq to put on all that weight.
Listen, Shaq put on all that weight. If you look at it, I think it helped.
But Stephen A. Smith, he said it. But hold on. Stephen A. Smith has said it. Kobe, workout warrior, gets up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then one day he sees Shaq in the locker room eating 2 Big Macs.
And Shaq was down. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
That's because he was a walking bucket. The shit was too easy. But at the same
Yeah, I'm
time,
saying.
if he was taking it by the serious, if he was taking it by the serious, he'd have been looking like
And that's what drove Kobe crazy. That's why Kobe
2.0.
even admitted at one point Shaq was fat and out of shape.
Yeah.
Hey, that's fine.
I mean, he wasn't-
but
I mean, he wasn't really-
Shaq
he
still
wasn't
won
lying,
them 3 championships.
And Shaq, but hold on.
He
And
would have
Shaq
still been
always
mean. I'm a
says,
bad boy.
and Shaq always says, well, at least I ain't Charles Barkley's fat ass.
No, Barkley was. No,
But I also think
Barkley was-
what also holds Shaq against him, I think he should have treated Kobe better. Had they worked on their relationship early in their career, just how dominant and they were great. They were dominant. But I think though, had they stayed together, what credit Kobe would get.
So all right. So overall,
Exactly.
what's missing? So overall, everybody, what do you think? From everybody, I want to hear from everybody. What do you think? What do you think was? What do you all think was missing from Shaq's GOAT argument? With not to cut you up, bro.
No, it's not
good.
Imagine if Shaq had a jump shot though.
Yeah.
Imagine
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Shaq had a jump hook. I mean,
Shaq had a jump hook.
Before the jump hook.
Imagine Shaq with Jokic offensive skills.
Orlando Shaq, bro. We got
all right, now we just
Yeah,
plays.
facts.
Come on,
he had
Dev.
like little 12.
Yeah.
Dev, you
Yeah,
playing
Orlando
2K, bro. Come on.
Orlando Shaq was
12 footer,
different.
bro.
Yeah.
12 footer, man.
Wait, hold
It
on.
was
Rob
similar to
wanted to
Giannis.
say something. Hold on.
Like how you were saying with like Kobe and Shaq and all that. Another thing that you could say is, like, yes, they bump heads, but would they succeed with any other coach other than Phil Jackson with the two of them together?
I don't think so.
No,
They
because
couldn't
Phil
manage the
Jackson,
ego.
as weird as eccentric as he was, the great thing about him, he was great at dealing with egos. Look, he dealt with Dennis Rodman and shit.
And Jordan and Pimpin at the same time.
I wouldn't even give him that much credit, bro, because I feel like he knew what kind of players to get to help him with them egos. Because Jordan had to get in Dylan Rodman. It wasn't Phil Jackson.
I mean,
that was a fact. That was a fact.
No, here's where you give Phil credit for. You give Phil credit for managing the egos, dealing with players with egos, dealing with players with personalities. As far as the offense, remember, it was Tex Winter who created the triangle offense, not Phil. I think Phil, he tried to convince Michael to get everyone involved on offense. And then with the Lakers, he had a great duo in Shaq and Kobe, and he knew how to utilize them. I just think if you put any other coach under those circumstances, I don't think you would go.
I think they come up short. Yeah, they come up pretty short.
What it was, bro, Shaq looked at Kobe as like little brother. And if just imagine, I don't want to do hypothetical, but I'm gonna do it a little bit. Just imagine,
Jokic imagine 25K.
Yeah,
I heard about that. I don't think that was that fair.
Because we compare Jordan and Kobe. Just imagine if Shaq would have teamed up with Jordan, bro.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been no ego thing. I'm sorry, it wouldn't have been no ego thing. It would have been no ego thing, but it supposed to be OD with him and Kobe.
I mean, it was OD. They only lost one game in the playoffs. That's OD.
Yeah, but and then you going against Tim Duncan. He was a monster by his damn self. You gonna give him the credit for that? Tim Duncan had to play against them two guys by his damn self with them goddamn role players. You know, KG had to get that smoke. AI had to get that smoke. So
I actually, even though it may sound blasphemous to y'all, I actually think I got Tim Duncan over Kobe and Shaq.
It's not crazy.
That's not.
That's not crazy.
I mean, I get it, but
it's not crazy. Do I have it personally? No, I'm not gonna.
No, the reason why I have Tim Duncan. No, the reason why I have Tim Duncan over those two, consistency. Has Tim Duncan missed a playoffs in his career? I don't think so. He's been to 6 finals. He's won 5. He's won 3 finals MVPs, 2 league MVPs back to back. Shaq and Kobe, I'm not going to hold the one MVP against them because I felt like they were robbed by Steve Nash when Steve Nash won those MVPs.
I mean, Shaq won 3 straight finals MVPs.
Right.
So it makes
but when I look at Tim Duncan, he's considered the greatest power forward ever.
Yes.
Kobe
Yeah.
is the second greatest two guard to have ever played behind MJ, of course. Shaq, is he the greatest center? Some people could make the argument. Some people would say Kareem. Some people would say Bill Russell.
He top three, I mean, top three.
Yeah, he lead top three. He top three.
And he was great on both ends of the court.
Yeah, I'm glad what you're saying.
All right, y'all.
Because you want to talk about, sorry, last thing. Because if you want to talk about someone, at least with my generation, because Gen Z, all that, you want to talk about a player that is consistently dogged, it is Tim Duncan, because he's not flashy enough. He's Mr. Fundamentals.
Am I the youngest one in the chat? I don't expect him.
He probably is, Dale.
Yeah, I might be the oldest up in here, bro. I don't know.
How old are you, Brandon?
I don't know, but I might got you, bro.
Oh, no, we saying
I'll be almost 30 in October.
I'm
almost 30. I just turned 35 this past April.
Good.
Yeah, I'll be 23 June 19th.
Yes, sir.
But
All
I
right, y'all,
think
man.
Tim Duncan hasn't gotten his due because he's Mr. Fundamental and he does play in a small market in San Antonio as opposed to a glamorous market like LA.
I mean, but that might be true. Just to get away from that, I think in terms of a body of work, I think his career stands out. It could be top 5, but I think he was a little bit more deferred. He deferred a little bit more. He was more into like the team thing. He was just winner. He was just do whatever take the win type of thing, type of player. You know what I'm saying? Like
be prepared.
He didn't like. There's nothing about Tim Duncan that read ego to me. I never saw ego.
Hey, but 3,000 blocks, that's crazy.
3,000 blocks is crazy, but I never saw ego. But the thing is, he never struck me as somebody with what I was like, okay, yo, the career totals is just crazy, man. Like I never looked at Tim Duncan as having the ego that Jordan had, that Shaq had, that Kobe had, that you know what I'm saying, like Magic at one point, Bird, like
bro. He was sneaky with it. You remember KG was like, bro, I could never get in his goddamn head, but
because he was simple. Everything was settled. Yeah. Everything was settled with Duncan, bro. Like, little jab, step. It was simple. Everything was simple to the point. It was simple jab, step off the glass, dribble drive. Okay, face up, go one way, fake you one way, easy pass, basic. Everything was just basic with him. You know what I'm saying? But I think Duncan's career, I would not put Duncan's career over Kobe's talent. I just wouldn't put that. I just wouldn't do that. I think
that's the argument.
I wouldn't do it. I'm not doing
it. His career is basically damn near the same, almost.
I think career wise, I think it's the longevity is there in terms of the All NBA selections and everything.
I think Brandon went on in the show.
Yeah. But I wouldn't put Duncan over. Yeah.
I mean, I like it, man.
All right, y'all.
Oh,
that includes the end of the show, man. Yeah.
Okay. The game about to come on. What's the Knicks game?
It already came on.
Started, bro.
What's going on in that game right now?
Let's see.
I heard Julius Randle going off right now.
Man.
Knicks, Miami's up 56-48.
Game over.
Yeah, that game might be over.
But Julius Randle, though, 5-9, 1 of 3 from 3-point range, 5. He just needs to post up one, stop selling for fucking.
Yeah. He just need to get on. He need to get on that box, get closer, try to.
Nasty in the bag in the league.
Very nasty.
Very nasty, man.
Yeah. Brand. Appreciate it. PSP, Broad, D-Man, man. The Gridiron Boys, Dev, T, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna kick it on, man.
We'll do.
All right, y'all. All right, man. Broad.
Well, hopefully the Sixers can make it out of this series against Boston. Not that any of you guys give a shit about hockey, but this was like one of the biggest lotteries in a while that everyone's focused on Connor Bedard. And let's just say I'm shocked by the winner of the lottery, and that is the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh, man.
Chicago won the NHL lottery and the Ducks. So here is the NHL draft order just for the first 16 teams that didn't make the playoffs. Number 1, Chicago Blackhawks. 2, Anaheim Ducks. 3, Columbus Blue Jackets. 4, San Jose Sharks. 5, the Montreal Canadiens. 6, Arizona Coyotes. 7, my Philadelphia Flyers. 8, the Washington Capitals. 9, Detroit Red Wings. 10, St. Louis Blues. 11 Vancouver Canucks, 12 Arizona Coyotes via the Ottawa Senators, 13 Buffalo Sabres, 14 the Pittsburgh, 15 Nashville Predators, and 16 Calgary Flames.
All right. D-Man.
Sixers Nation, what's up?
Hey, man, Ben, I don't want to spoil your moment, bro, but hey, 8 threes are better, bro. It's coming, but that boy finna go crazy tonight. I'm trying to tell you, he's gonna go crazy. He's gonna go crazy tonight, bro. I tell you, he trying to figure LeBron out. So he trying to get out that homeboy mode, cause LeBron trying to play that homeboy ball with him. Like I know what that homeboy ball is, bro. I don't hoop before, so I know how to. He's trying to play that mental thing with Curry, but now you gotta get out of that. You gotta get out there, bro. They get the business. We're gonna be
all I need is Jordan Poole.
Bro.
All I need is Jordan Poole to keep shooting. Keep on shooting.
No, the only way Jordan Poole starts playing well is when he starts seeing baddies out on the court.
The baddies been a back-to-back game still ain't playing well.
That light skin kick in. That light skin kick in.
Baddies have both games.
All right, D-Man. PSP.
Man, pleasure as always, Brandon. Thank you for having me on the show. Broad, Dev, continue doing your thing. New episode on Sports PSP. Just did my predictions for the Knicks, Heat, Lakers versus Warriors series. Also, the video a couple of weeks ago. Go check it out. Should Phillip Rivers be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame? Yes or no? And also check out for more content.
All right, Dev.
Appreciate Brandon and having me on. Appreciate PSP and Broad Sports again. Y'all all check out their socials, all that. I started my podcast, Sideline Convos. I would love to have y'all three have you. I think I'm putting I would love to have y'all three on it one day. You know, we're gonna have a lot of hoop talk. I want to have y'all on, talk about y'all criteria, what y'all value sports and how y'all became sports fans and why y'all, shows y'all teams like NBA, this, that, and whatever. Like a little interview. And ATL on top. NFL we coming. And Sixers to the finals. That's my prediction.
Can't wait for the NFL.
Listen, I need it. I want to push an Embiid. I want to see a Jokic and Embiid finals. I want to see the battle of the big man. That's what I want to see.
Well, I think also everybody's just praying to Boston's downfall too.
Philadelphia would be happy if Joe Mazzulla keeps fucking up with all these timeouts and shit.
I'll be honest. Literally, none of us, like at least with my friends, none of us give a shit if we win the finals or not. We just give a shit that we make it out the second round. After that, who cares? Made it out the second round.
You got anything to say, Brandon?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gotta know the ending. For all the people that's watching at home on YouTube, Twitch, make sure y'all hit the follow button, subscribe, and yeah, man. Till next time. Peace.
Peace.